Yeah, let's talk about this a little bit more. John Collins says that the book of Isaiah is the most editorially complex book in the entire Hebrew Bible, and it's not difficult to see why. Even if we were to restrict our comments to the most uncontested features of the text, it's still very clear that the book of Isaiah was put together from a wide variety of sources over a long period of time. Isaiah 2 copies from Micah 4, Isaiah 15 through 16 copies from Jeremiah 48, and Isaiah 36 through 39 copies from 2 Kings 18 through 20. In just Isaiah 1 through 12, we get several different kinds of writing. We first get internally anonymous prophecies that are attributed to Isaiah with headings. Then we get third-person prose narration about Isaiah's life. And then we get first-person prophecies cast in Isaiah's voice. In Isaiah 13 through 35, we get a conventional set of oracles against the nations where God offers judgment against the various nations surrounding Israel, only to culminate in judgment against particular groups within Israel itself. Except that there are two sets of oracles against Babylon, the latter of which accurately reflects the political significance of Babylon at the end of the 8th century, which is to say, not very significant at all, and a first set in chapter 13, which seems to already know how Israel's history with Babylon is going to turn out, which is almost certainly a later insertion. This entire section is also interrupted in the middle between chapters 24 and 27 with what's called the Little Apocalypse of Isaiah, which uses apocalyptic language that is otherwise exclusive to the Hellenistic period, some 400 years after the historical setting of the rest of Isaiah's oracles. But Isaiah chapters 1 through 39 is still collectively referred to as First Isaiah. Starting in Isaiah chapter 40, there's a dramatic linguistic, literary, ideological, theological, and historical shift in the perspective of the narrator. And this dramatic shift caused biblical scholars to identify Isaiah chapters 40 through 55 as Second Isaiah. And another similar shift occurs at chapter 56, causing biblical scholars to label 56 through 66 as Third Isaiah. So those are our three Isaiahs, chapters 1 through 39, chapters 40 through 55, chapters 56 through 66. For example, Isaiah 40 through 55 is very focused on encouraging a surviving remnant to religiously disentangle themselves from Babylon and return home to Jerusalem. All three of these issues are irrelevant to a late 8th century audience where First Isaiah is set because God has just miraculously saved all the people. There's no surviving remnant. Babylon has no particular political or cultural influence at the end of the 8th century, and everybody is already concentrated in the city of Jerusalem. They're not elsewhere with a need to return home. But all three of these issues make a lot of sense for a late 6th century audience who has just survived captivity in Babylon, who has probably begun to syncretize their religion with Babylonian religion, and who has the opportunity via Cyrus of Persia to return home to Judah and Jerusalem.